Things are going well. Detention duty again. I just don't know if I'm getting through to them, though. I care so much about them and what they do with their lives, but it just doesn't seem to be making a difference. Caring enough? Love is not enough. It's not enough to care. It's not enough just to teach ideas. It's not enough to dare. When I feel alone or scared, in those times I'm feeling blue. It's not enough just to have this job. What I need is all of you. You have taught me so much more, you see, than I have taught to you. Detention makes me feel alive. I'm the one that really grew. And I know I have more things to do to help you guys begin to see how much more fully you can live your lives. Sometimes I feel I lose me, and I pray that I can help you see what I see in each of you. My heart was thinking of your lives ahead and what each one of you will do. But love is not enough. What's this all about? Guys? Troy? Mary?
Don't ask me, okay? It's some macho thing between these two alpha males.
It's not macho to call each other names.
What kind of names, Sarah?
Look, I don't know how it started, but it ended with ugly names and racial slurs. That's all I know. Leave me out of it.
I see. All right, everyone just calm down and sit down. Micah, Preston, sit now. Whatever, Mr. G. Prejudice. It exists, unfortunately so, but it does. There's no point in calling someone else another name. It only makes you look bad, not the other guy.
The truth is, Mr. Gray, hate hurts. So people shouldn't call you names. They still do.
I hate to admit it, but you're absolutely right. People will be people, and they will hurt you. I just think the trick is to thicken our skin and not let these ugly comments enter our hearts and define us.
I don't think you get it, Mr. Gray. This is high school. Everyone is mean and has no problem telling you exactly what they think. No one has skin that thick.
It's true. But I have to believe that texting and Facebook don't help either. You know, you're communicating to a faceless world out there, and it's far too easy to forget that these comments are actually landing on another human being.
The technological advances we've made are amazing. But I guess they do tend to isolate us from one another. We look at screens instead of other people.
Yeah, we're not really thinking about the eyes of the person that we're talking to. Because, I mean, it's really hard to be mean to someone when you're looking right into their eyes.
It's so true, Troy. I feel like part of the problem is the fact that we don't look at each other as individuals anymore. We only see groups or generalizations instead of seeing an actual human being.
Did you know that more than half the dialects of the languages of the world make no distinctions at all between the word for enemy and a word for stranger. Guess that means that entire societies view people they don't know as their enemies.
Well, that's got to kill our relationships for world peace. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, but what about our relationships right here in our own classroom?
Well, in reference to relating to me, yeah, I like comic books, but I'd much rather be called Troy than comic book guy.
Sounds like a pretty reasonable request, Troy.
Yeah. Well, just because I like computers and have a way with mechanical engineering doesn't mean that I'm a geek. I still have hopes and dreams, you know.
Do you want to talk about dreams? It's all my dad pushes on me. College, career. No, I hear you calling me Golden Boy and Mr. Perfect. You know how much pressure that puts on me? I'm constantly afraid that I'm gonna let all of you down and fail.
I'm not even given the chance to fail, Micah. People only see me for my looks. I'm so sick of everyone thinking that I'm dumb because I'm blonde. I mean, I got turned down for a job this summer because the manager said, "How smart can she be? She's blonde." I mean, if one more person calls me Malibu Barbie,
Yeah, how awful to be so pretty! No one ever thinks that a brain is pretty. Well, newsflash, I'm smart, but that doesn't mean that I don't have a heart and have feelings too. People seem to think that the only thing alive in me is my brain. That it doesn't hurt to be called Brainiac. I would never get asked out on a date. Guys don't even look at me like I'm a girl. I am ridiculed because I actually enjoy reading and doing my studies. What is so wrong with wanting to do my absolute best and make something of my life?
I know what you mean about people not looking at you like you're a girl. Or even a human being. I see the way people look at me. Sometimes they don't even try to hide their disgust. Okay, so you don't like the way I dress or whatever. Why does everything have to be a value judgment? Why can't we just allow people to be different?
Daryl's right. People are mean. And the only way they can feel good about themselves is to try and make me feel worse. They don't care what I have to say, what I have to think. I'm just over people. They wouldn't listen to me anyways. Right, Caitlin? I'm good. So you never feel picked on?
Well, of course I do.
Although, most of the time, people don't even notice me.
when they do, they can be cool.
I've just decided not to listen to them, that's all. They don't get to decide who I am or what I do.
It's very wise, Caitlin.
You guys have no idea about what real prejudice is like.
Hold on. Just because their examples aren't race-related doesn't mean they're not treated with prejudice. Their feelings are valid. And regardless why people persecute you, whether it be your looks or words or even actions, hate is hate. Hate has no place in a heart that wants to live a good life.
You've heard the comments that we all are kin. We're sisters and brothers underneath our skin. No one is your master and no one is your boss. set for all of us, and hate spoils the sauce. Children don't care about the color of your skin, religion or heritage, or even where you've been. A child will play with any other till their parents set them straight. A child is born with love for all, and then they're taught to hate.
Hate spoils the sauce. Hate spoils the sauce. Hate spoils the sauce. Don't wanna grow up in a world that's full of hate. We've got to learn acceptance and to tolerate. In the words of Gandhi, if we all seek out for an eye, then soon everyone
Will be blind.
hate spoils the sauce. 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 It comes from fear and ignorance, and hate spoils the sauce. Yeah, hate spoils the sauce. Hate spoils the sauce. Respect and kindness should be boss. Hate spoils the sauce. Why live a life ruled by hate? It just robs you of so many things.
Like joy. Oh, and kindness.
And laughter, peace.
So why would you want to live like that? Coming from a place of bigotry and discrimination and generalization. These are all products of small minds. And I know each and every one of you is better and smarter than that.
Okay, I have something to say. If we're talking about prejudice, we're not addressing the elephant in the room, so to speak.
What do you mean, Brandy John?
It's our country. It's overwhelmed with prejudice against anyone from an Arab culture or anyone who looks like they have a drop of Mideastern blood in them. Ever since 9/11, we're convinced all Muslims are terrorists. And killing Osama bin Laden, it's fueled it even more. Now, I'm not from that culture, but my mom's dating this guy from Egypt.
Well, shouldn't you have said we're not addressing the camel? Not the elephant?
Shut up, Preston. You're not funny.
What?
That is exactly what I am talking about.
It
Stereotypes.
was just a joke.
Jokes are supposed to be funny.
Yeah.
Come on, guys, lighten up. Sticks and stones can break my bones, but words
You
can
break my heart.
Anyways, back to me. As I was saying, this guy is so nice, but he gets looks and comments wherever we go. God forbid we go near an airport. Someone even spray painted his car once, calling him names.
Isn't that a perfect example of treating a person as just part of a group rather than an individual?
Yes, exactly. This guy has hopes, dreams, fears, all the same things that we do. I'm going to share a little bit of his culture from his perspective. Look for the beauty of the world to ponder. Look at the olive tree as it labors to provide the perfect fruit. Look at all the order and symmetry of its branches in its seasons with greens, blacks and browns. May this peace be upon you, Salam, through your youth, your age, your ageless, with your greens, blacks, and your browns. May you find the peace of the olive tree as you live and grow and flourish through your season. May this peace be upon you so long. May this
beautiful, Patty Joe.
Thanks.
I can't tell you how powerful it was to see you put your whole heart and soul into that song.
Salam. It means peace upon you, as well as hello, goodbye, things like that. It's kind of like the Hebrew word shalom.
Salam.
See, guys, this is what I'm talking about. If we're going to change the world, we need to start right here in our own communities. If we're going to have communities that thrive, we need to realize.
Mr. Gray?
Yes, Troy?
Hi. I'd like to talk about the issue of community, or maybe culture is more like it. Because see, our community is filled with many various cultures, and since America is a melting pot, we need to allow them to hang on to their cultures while trying to fit into ours.
Well, I don't care where you're from. I just want you to take time to learn English.
Watch it, Preston.
Yeah, or you might find yourself believing in stereotypes.
Yeah, like for instance, everyone thinks that that all Mexicans have like a big sombrero at home, or take a siesta every day and refuse to learn English.
Si, senor.
Mr. Gray, dude.
Listen. Cool it. Sorry.
Look, these generalizations aren't true. In fact, they're silly and irritating. But my next door neighbor is Latino, and I think it's cool that they've held on to their culture and traditions.
You know, the Spanish language is really quite beautiful, and many of its customs are very romantic.
Really? Like what?
Well, when you think about it, it's really not that much different than when the Irish brought St. Patrick's Day to America. Or Hawaii with their luau's and all.
You're right. So I'd like to take a moment, if I may, to let us know that not only should we be tolerant of others' cultures, but we often embrace the ones that we like. Like Taco Tuesdays, and spaghetti meatballs, and kung pao chicken.
Great, now I'm hungry.
Out from every town and farm, the people stop and sing the praises of the simple life that friends and family bring. The peace that comes from honest work and work's a noble cause. Peace and work put the heart to rest. Viva trabajo, viva. Viva los padres. Viva la vida. Que nos haga fuertes. Viva los sencillos. Viva cantando. Viva siempre. Para abajo y la paz. The spirit of the evening sky, ancestors of our past. The gracefulness of birds that fly, bring peace to us at last. And so this simple song I sing, we swear our words are true. There's fullness in the simple life, and we'd like to share it all with you. Viva la vida, viva los padres. Viva la vida, que nos haga fuertes. Viva los sencillos, viva cantando. Viva siempre, para abajo y la paz.
You have to admit, that was pretty fun, right, guys?
You know, this has got me thinking. I've been working on an idea for something I like to call Project.
That sounds like work to me.
Well, we've already been doing it, actually. We're talking about prejudice in community, relationships, all things that we project onto others by the things that we do and the choices that we make. So the step I'd like to take is to project the project. By that I mean to transfer the ideas in a resounding way.
Oh, I get it. Project.
Really?
That's right. We all have things to say that matter. So I like to find ways to communicate those things. Ways that'll make others sit up and take notice. Ways that'll make us grow as individuals. Caitlin.
Yes.
You were sent to detention because you refused to give a speech in history class, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what was the topic of your speech? Sorry, one more time.
The flush toilet.
That's a very interesting topic. Not one that's chosen very often, but something that's definitely a part of our everyday lives, right? courtesy and respect, right?
Let's go,
Caitlin, let's go.
Let's go, Caitlin!
Don't scare me.
I'm not gonna resist.
Just don't talk through it.
You can do it, guys.
Come on, Caitlin.
You gotta do it.
Toilets with running water were actually used thousands of years ago in ancient India, China, Egypt, and Greece. The early flush toilets were invented in the 1700s and 1800s, mostly in England, and were called water closets. And they were eventually responsible for a revolution
No.
in the health of the world.
Caitlin, this is actually very interesting. You don't need to be embarrassed by the subject matter, and you certainly don't need to apologize for yourself either. Please continue, but this time, project. Put yourself into it, okay?
Yeah.
The problem was that the first flush toilets were slow, noisy, and allowed sewer gases to back up from the pipes and stink up the house. But then the silent valveless water waste preventer was patented by Mr. Albert Giblin in England in 1898, who then probably sold the patent to Mr. Thomas Crapper. He's the one who successfully marketed it, and with that, the first really workable flush toilet was born.
That was amazing. That was. How did it feel to project and let the world get a glimpse of the real you?
Pretty good, I guess.
I'm so proud of you.
We're all proud of you, Caitlin. But I can be nice.
I'm deeply proud of all of you. I can see you're really taking your job seriously.
What job? What job? What's he talking about?
Unless he's paying me to be here, I have no idea.
Well, now think about it. You all have a job. In fact, it's probably the most important job you'll ever have. Anyone know?
Mr. Gray, I don't think you get it. When I left summer, I quit my job and came back here to school.
I do get it. But you still have a job. Anyone?
Amazing.
No.
That's not a job.
Oh, Sherry.
It's a bubble. It's an amoeba.
That's an
It's
apple.
an apple. Okay, that's one.
All right.
It's a box.
Apple? I'm so confused!
I play in a rock band on the weekends, and occasionally we get paid. But I wouldn't say it's the most important job I'll ever have. And I don't see what it has to do with an apple or a bug.
Doesn't.
Okay, focus. It's
Diamond.
square.
Fountain.
It's more.
What?
It's the hat you wear at graduation, guys. Come on.
Why did you just say that?
Because it has a name.
Maybe what he's trying to say is that we're supposed to get good grades.
You're getting close.
But just go to school to get good grades, that's it?
Well, yeah, so you can get into college.
Is college their real goal, or is there more?
Colonel Chaplin.
No mustache.
Hey, guys! Maybe what he's trying to say is that our job is to get an education.
Yes, that's exactly it! You guys are here to get an education, to learn life skills. That's the most important job of your life because it's going to carry on with you throughout your entire life, no matter where you go or what you do. You know, there are probably millions of kids out there that would give anything to get what you guys get for free. An education, the opportunity to learn.
Mr. Gray, if you don't mind, this is where I excel, and I would like to take this as my opportunity to project education. Now, from the research that I have gathered, I've learned that the average person who graduates from just elementary school will earn approximately $595,000 in his or her her entire lifetime.
That's not bad.
But if you go on to get just a high school diploma, my research shows that you'll earn approximately $1,105,000. Now that's almost double. Now I did the research on that to see how many classes it would take. Say 6 classes a day for 180 school days for 4 years of high school, and that comes out to $118.05 per hour that you would pay yourself to stay in school.
Whoa, I can't think of any job that any of us could get that would pay us $118 an hour.
Thank you, Troy. That's my point exactly. But there's more. My research shows that if you go on to get a college degree, you will earn more than $2,800,000. Now that's double again. So really, what you're paying yourself to get a college education goes through the roof.
So become a millionaire. Stay in school because school is cool.
Sesame Street, brought to you by the letter L for Lane.
Yeah.
Guys, don't understand anything Sheila was saying. Great projected, by the way, Sheila.
Look, great. What Sheila said made sense.
Yeah. Okay.
But then it's, I don't know,
It's just the corny slogans you come up with. Who talks like that?
Okay. In that case, I have something I'd like to share with you then.
Okay.
It's a poem. Poetry is an expression of someone's life's greatest feelings and beliefs.
I'm already in detention, and you're trying to punish me more.
Kristen, what do you think rap is? What do you think rap is? Poetry set to rhythm.
Okay.
And your favorite musical artist or band? Poetry set to music. So why do these songs capture our hearts and make us want to listen to them over and over again? The words? It's the words. It's the message. It's poetry. So each of you take one line. That's all I'm asking. Just one line. And don't just say it. Make it mean something to you. Okay? Put yourself into it. Caitlin, why don't you start?
Cast a glance around you. Look on either side. Vitality surrounds one who hastens not to hide.
The love of stars and butterflies, the throbbing of the sea.
Some awesome part of outer worlds and some inner part of me.
To sing a song to Penny Lane with spirit strong and free.
To know that life is all there is, and there is no guarantee.
To walk with bare feet on the grass, to let the soul lift high.
To scale some rocky pass. To live until you die.
Cast a glance around you, and look on either side.
Perhaps 'tis best to swim upstream than drift gently with the tide.
Cast a glance around you. You're all growing up so fast and the time has come. You're not children anymore. You know that children are the center of the universe. They rarely see beyond their own needs or desires. But as adults, it's our responsibility to see past ourselves, into our community, and into our world. So how are you going to walk in this world? By making your own path? Just drifting aimlessly with the tide. My favorite writer of poems and essays, Ralph Waldo Emerson, he once said, "Do not go where the path may lead. Instead, go where there is no path and leave a trail."
Didn't he also say, as long as a man stands in his way, everything will seem to be in his way?
He did indeed, Sheila. And I hate to see any of you guys standing in your own way. Sometimes I feel like that's exactly what you're all doing. All right, let me change the subject, okay? Micah, how old are you right now?
16?
Okay. I'm going to ask you a hard question. Are you ready?
Yeah.
How old will you be in 10 years?
Mr. Gray, are you serious?
Yeah.
26.
Okay, good. So what do you want your life to look like when you're 26? It's going to be here before you know it.
I think I want to be a firefighter.
Really? I want to be a veterinarian.
Well, I want to be a lawyer.
I don't know what I want to be.
It's okay not to have firm plans yet, but it doesn't hurt to think about it, right? If you want to be a firefighter or a lawyer or a veterinarian, what are you doing right now to put yourself in the position to achieve that goal? Do you know you'll be far more likely to be hired and then promoted as a firefighter with a college education? And lawyers and veterinarians, you need more schooling after that. There's no reason in the world why you guys can't achieve these goals. It does take hard work, though. It takes excellence every day. So right now, we need to
chew out mediocrity.
Close. Almost. Eschew mediocrity. Guys, there's no shortcuts to success, but it's well worth the effort. At the very least, graduate high school and get a job. You know that getting a job teaches us all the responsibilities of being dependable and having a good work ethic.
Yeah. I've come to find that people, just like employers, want results, not excuses.
Exactly. You know, many people who aren't going anywhere often blame others for their mistakes. But whining and carrying on just doesn't take you where you want to go.
Yeah, blaming others is for losers.
In fact, you know, some people almost make it a game. The blame game.
Who would turn blame into a game?
I didn't do
He
it.
started it.
It's not my fault.
When things don't seem to go just right, we always say the same. It simply cannot be our fault, so let's all play the blame game. And lack of plans and work results in another big flop. Just look inside and try to find the mistakes that you can solve.
Blame game, blame game.
Can't play the blame game.
Blame game, blame game.
Can't play the blame game.
Blame game, blame game.
Can't play the blame. You can't play the blame game.
Great, Micah. Now let's all go around the room and give examples. All right? Okay.
You can't blame others for being bad.
You can't blame others for being sad.
Sometimes people look at you different.
And sometimes people, they won't listen.
Can't let them break your self-esteem. Blaming others won't help your dreams come true. Blaming others will make you stop. You are responsible for who you are. Blame game, blame game.
Can't play the blame game.
Blame game, blame game.
Can't play the blame game.
Blame game, blame game.
Can't play the blame. You can't play the blame.
You can't blame someone else. Take responsibility for yourself. You've only got one life. You can't blame someone else. Take responsibility for yourself. You've only got one life. You gotta make it right.
Can't play the blame game.
Blame game, blame game,
Can't play the blame game.
blame game.
Can't play the blame. You can't play the blame game.
You know, Ralph Waldo Emerson also said, an ounce of action is worth a ton of theory. If you perform, you will advance, no matter what you're doing. Like Preston said, people want results, not excuses. And that goes for employers,
Basketball coaches?
Oh, stockholders.
and teachers too. And everyone understands that sometimes it rains, traffic can cause delays, or maybe you get sick. Maybe even your dog eats your homework. But if what you are giving are excuses instead of results,
You gotta be replaced by someone who produces.
Okay, I'll admit it. I play the blame game. It's a really easy habit to get into, and then it just sort of becomes natural, but I can see now that it's not really productive and that it actually works against you.
Yeah, good for you, Daryl.
I think you're absolutely right. It's good. Did any of you guys ever watch reruns of that hit show MASH?
What?
Yeah, it was a great show. But there was a character on the show, Colonel Potter. He always used to say, "If you ain't where you're at, you're no place."
That doesn't even make sense.
No, I get it. Be where you are. Make each day count.
Exactly. Even Mondays, so I don't like.
Have you ever stopped to think that you live 1/7 of your life on Mondays?
Exactly. So you might as well make them count, right? And if you're not going in the right direction, if you're not headed towards your goal, or you're not where you're at, just change directions. It's not hard, but no one can do it for you. Trust me.
Okay, so you're talking about changing direction, right? And you like good quotes.
Of course.
Let's talk about Yogi Berra.
Oh my gosh, he's so cute. Did you guys see his movie? Hey, woo woo.
And she says she's not blonde.
Well, you're not exactly the head of the Geek Squad, Preston.
Well, at least I know I'm not talking about Yogi Berra, the cartoon.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Yogi Berra, the Hall of Fame catcher for the New York Yankees.
Oh, okay, sorry, football.
Anyways, he used to say, "We're lost, but we're making good time." Oh, come on, guys. It's a good way of saying if you're headed in the wrong direction, it doesn't matter how fast you're going.
Exactly. Great projection, by the way. Thanks. Guys, monitor your course. After all, it's your life. So who wants to project still? Who haven't heard from yet?
Michael.
Okay. I guess I do have something I'd like to share. Well, I don't know how many of you know this, but my dad did 3 tours in Afghanistan. Well, almost 3. He didn't exactly make it back for the last one. At his funeral, they gave my mom the flag that they put on his casket. My mom cried. I wanted to cry, but I couldn't. Anyway, my uncle bought us a flagpole. And my mom flies that flag every single day. And when I look at it, I see my dad. And I think of how much this country meant to him. So if it's okay, I'd like to share. Project. By taking a moment to remember how great it is that we live in this country. And no matter where our ancestors came from or what cultures we embrace, we all call ourselves Americans. The sun shines strong upon this land. We face our days and proudly stand together
enough for reminding us what a privilege it is to be living in this great country of ours. And for the men and women like your father, who gave their lives so that we can enjoy the freedoms that we have every day.
Yeah.
Remember that, guys. Don't ever take it for granted.
Wow. Well, I'm actually glad I was sent to detention. Twice. You know, I feel great. Like I can go conquer the world or something.
This world or a galaxy far, far away. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I want to hold on to all the things we talked about in here. I don't ever want to forget them.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm pretty sure I'm never going to litter again, or y'all come after me with brooms.
That's right, pick it up.
Every day.
In style.
Who cares?
We care.
Okay, yeah, so do I.
If you ain't where you're at, you're no place. Gotta remember that one.
You know, it should be if you aren't where you're at, not if you ain't, but forget about it.
Good for you, Sheila.
But don't play the blame game.
Yeah, and learn and use the names of those around you. They're people too.
Viva el trabajo y la paz.
Salam.
But hate spoils the sauce.
And cast a glance around you, because the dream lives on in each of you. We live in America, where our dreams can actually turn into something. So when you do that something, do it with confidence. And protest!